After over 6 hours of deliberations, ministers emerged from the Federal Cabinet meeting to brief State House correspondents on memos approved. The finance minister, who describes the Nigerian economy as fiscally constrained, presented a draft medium-term expenditure framework for 2023 to 2025 to Council. It projects that the size of Nigeria's economy will rise to 225.5 trillion naira, with 95% of this contribution by the non-oil sector, while the oil sector will be contributing only 5%.
The Nigerian economy is fiscally constrained, even though the IMF, having adjusted global growth, has maintained Nigeria's projection of their own growth. But we continue to be exposed to risk that are happening in the global market, not the least of which is heightened inflation. For the next medium-term framework for 2023 to 2025 is the crude oil price will be at $70 per barrel for 2023 and $66 per barrel for 2024 and $62 per barrel for 2025. Crude oil production we projected to be 1.69 million barrels per day for 2023, 1.813 million barrels per day for both 2024 as well as 2025. We also projected that the nominal GDP, that is the size of the Nigerian economy, will rise up to 225.5 trillion naira, with 95% of this contribution by the non-oil sector, while the oil sector will be contributing only 5%. And then some steady increase from 2024 to 2025 to reach up to 280.7 trillion in 2025. This means that Nigeria continues to retain its position as the largest economy in Africa.
On the issue of the depleted excess crude account, Nigeria's rainy day fund from oil revenue, the minister says the volatility of the oil market has made accruals impossible in the last 4 years.
In the past 4 years, because of the volatility in the crude oil market, we have not had any accretion to the excess crude account. So what we have had has been gradually used up for different purposes, and it's always used in consultation with the National Economic Council, that is the governors, because this is a federation account. The last approval that was given by the National Economic Council was $1 billion to enhance security.
The Minister of Aviation announced that the federal government has approved the leasing of 3 aircraft for the commencement of operations for the national carrier, Nigeria Air.
We are starting with 3 aircraft for the first instance to do the runs, and then we progress. As to the make and type, we will be having eventually a mix of the two, the Airbuses and the Boeings, because every airline that will grow big is either or. Most of them are either Airbus or they are Boeing, especially for the intercontinental and international flights. And this will start as domestic airline and then would of course grow to become regional and international, also intercontinental. And a timeline is a process. We are progressing. We would announce the commencement date soon.
Other memos from the Ministry of Justice, Mines and Steel Development, Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management were also approved by Council.